We need to give them to somebody to say no to. But you're so tall, I bet you have to do big and tall shopping, don't you?
We had to leave.
Tall shopping, not big and tall.
Derek had to, he had worked
What,
so long.
what's your length?
So he came in saying basically,
No. No, there's nothing good that comes from that. That's like my dad telling me that to get home, it's like nothing good happens after midnight. Can't get it done by midnight, you don't need to do it.
What is it? Justin's a 29. 30.
downtown Atlanta, it drives about an hour, an hour back.
I'm really sorry to have to
Can't
sit
leave
around
home at 2:30 in the morning to get there
I'll
by
slap.
5.
And she said, oh, no, never slap. Okay, Mom.
Yeah?
What size do you wear?
330 or 2930.
Oh, no,
They're too big for him. Yeah, never
yeah.
mind.
So when Ken and I first started dating, he was,
He's not planning on staying as the officer
uh,
inside of the trip, so he's there to police. But they've got inside trip and so if driving the company, I told them building. So we actually,
You know what? You never know what the Lord has in store.
that's right. We've been considering it. So he's been there now about 4 months. And he's getting ready to stay through 5 in the morning. So I had to get us for 2:30 when we started moving. So to kind of get halfway, me coming to this early,
What was that? Oh, time. Ken is calling time.
nice areas.
I remember, I was,
I remember.
years,
I know.
when I got married, I still went up there. And I had to leave home early in the morning just to beat that traffic. I'm serious. And now that traffic is the street, that's terrible. It's terrible.
It's terrible. He actually take back roads in it so bad.
Really, it's terrible.
But he likes his job. If he like it, I love it.
Say, well, and I tell people that I told my daughter, I said, and we was, I was in a class somewhere, I was in a church somewhere, and the pastor was talking about, we get stagnated and feel like we're gonna call our meeting to order. I would ask, please, if you have cell phones, to turn them off at this time or put them on silence. We would stand and have pledge of allegiance by Councilmember Malinaski and prayer by Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Reed.
If you would like to pray with us, would you please remain standing? Dear God of us all, we thank you for this day, a day that you have made, a day that we shall all rejoice and be glad in. We thank you for the agenda that you have set before us on this day. We ask you to allow us to use common sense, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to lead the people in this city. Amen.
Amen. Approve of our agenda for this evening meeting. There's nothing to be added. We need to delete one thing off the agenda tonight, 7B, the GDOT TAP grant, physical tax order gateway. We get a motion and a second to remove this off our agenda tonight.
So moved.
Second.
There any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands.
You say we're removing it?
Right, off the agenda tonight. Opposed is none. Vote unanimously. Thank you so much. Consent agenda, minutes from our work session of October the 3rd and our regular meeting of October 13, 2025. We can get a motion and a second to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
There any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Opposed is none. Vote unanimously. Thank you so much. 7A, 2027 Morgan County Joint Comprehensive Plan Proposal. Monica Callahan and Molly Bogo.
Hi, good evening. I'm going to give you a brief overview and then happy to answer any questions or go into any additional detail that you'd like. As you all remember, we met jointly with the county. You all elected to enter into joint comprehensive planning. After that, staff came together, drafted an RFP, put the RFP out to bid, received 2 qualified proposals. You see those here before you, Luminor and TSW. Those are what we are calling our all-inclusive. I will say that the Luminor proposal, if you had a chance to read that in depth, is what we would consider more of a baseline proposal. It would be similar to what we would receive from the Regional Commission. It appeared to be more boilerplate in nature in terms of that's the type of service they provide and are providing that in their proposal. TSW was much more detailed and responded specifically to our RFP and the things that we were requesting above and beyond the baseline comprehensive planning process. Both of those being outside of what we sort of expected, we took a step back and quoted what we are calling the Regional Commission umbrella approach. And so that is utilizing the Regional Commission for sort of administrative and general comp planning processes with the understanding that they wouldn't be able to provide everything we were looking for, what was outlined in that RFP. And so they advised us to go to a number of different consulting firms, subject matter experts, to provide those additional services outside of what they would provide. And so that's that third quote you see there. So Luminor is 212,278, TSW 349,8, and the Regional Commission 220,100. The column out to the side of that is the total for Madison only. And so we have the total in black there, total for Madison only in red, 53,070 for Luminor, 87,450 for TSW, and 105,500 for the Regional Commission. And then I'm just going to jump down to the second graph because the comprehensive plan isn't just one planning process. As we've talked about very recently, the Conservancy is doing the green print process that we do ahead of the comprehensive planning process. The URP is underway right now. That's, again, something we would feed into the comprehensive planning, the comprehensive plan itself. And so you'll see here some items that we have itemized for you. They would be included in any of these approaches, whether it be Luminor, Regional Commission, or TSW. That's the supplies and operating, the green print, the urban redevelopment plan, that's for concept planning, the land use analysis by the Georgia Conservancy, and then that last line, that comprehensive plan, is that number you see in red in the chart above. So you'll see the only change in there is that for the land use analysis through the Georgia Conservancy is 0 in the Regional Commission approach because that would be included in their umbrella approach. So all in all, Luminor would be at 128,070, Regional Commission at 155.5, and TSW at 162,450. We have broken that up over 2 fiscal years, and you can see each of those items as we assume they will be broken up. And you'll notice that for fiscal year 25-26, they are both under that 100,000, and then the following year, we are at 52,785 for Luminor, 62,50 for Regional Commission, and 69,975 for TSW, which is again under what we had projected for both of the fiscal years through the comprehensive planning process. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about that. The Board of Commissioners did vote to approve the contract with TSW, barring council's approval or awaiting council's approval.
Give some concepts. I thought I would just give you a little dialogue behind the scenes of what the planners discussed when we reviewed the proposals. And it's much more of an emotive instead of a numerical approach. Luminor for us, although a complete application did fail to respond to the variety of things that we are typically used to as a community, I would say that this would be, and I'll use the county's planners' words, where it's like we would be doing a 2004 comp plan again. It's a formulaic product, and maybe not the caliber of the things that we've enjoyed over the last 20 years. So again, they ruled that out immediately. And then once we started doing the approach, it was more than we thought we were expecting about 250. for the total product. And so we have been able to keep it within our budget, but I do want to mention that it is an umbrella approach, whether it's the North Georgia and an umbrella or it's TSW and an umbrella. There's a reason that the planner discussion went toward a recommendation of TSW, and that was because the last time we did comp planning, we had 4 full-time staff. This is not that's not a complaint. That is just me saying that the RC will require more coordination between entities. So that was the inclination of the county to, we thought the TSW product would be a good product. We also thought that the Northeast Georgia would be a good product. But when it looks at staff labor, there's 2 things. Northeast Georgia specifically said that they would have to bring in engagement activity. They don't have enough labor to do it in-house. So that was definitely something that had to be an add. And then while TSW could cover everything, we saw them having the ability to coordinate more and there being less staff coordination requirement. So that's just the general discussion. I just want to make sure that you had that thought process. Did I skip anything, Molly, on that? So I think that covers all Molly covered the numerics. I covered kind of the review of the both professional content and then the labor requirements that will be on us. So if you have any other questions, Molly will answer it.
Are there any questions for Molly?
Yeah, Mayor. On that very first chart, Molly, I'm not understanding the difference between the Regional Commission Plus and the next line down.
Right, so everything below that Regional Commission Plus in bold is what makes up the 220-100.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. And so it looks like I'm just confirming with the budget, so we're spreading the cost of this over 2 fiscal year budgets. So
Yes, that was always the intention,
I
yes.
assume with John and Karen that those amounts have been budgeted for. I know they have for 26. Is that in for 27 as well?
Well, we haven't done the budget yet.
Right.
Or is
but
that-
they-
Your expectation is that would be the case?
Yeah, planning has been very clear about the range,
Mhm.
and this is the range that has been mentioned consistently.
So
And I'd like to publicly acknowledge Molly. She's done an extraordinary job for the city, and I'm very happy that both the county has already accepted this and that we're working with them, because we have like issues, and I just think it makes a lot of sense. I don't know if the other cities have voted yet, but I know the county has, right?
The county has, yes. And I don't know, I don't think we've heard whether they have yet.
The county planners provide the staffing services, so they've received the same recommendation, but they may not have actually voted yet. One other thing with that is that, I'll come back to that. That's okay.
Yeah, just as a side note, the county did indeed approve one vendor, subject to our doing the same vendor. I won't name the vendors, I won't bias you.
So what I was going to mention, just that the à la carte choices for the county were different than the à la carte choices for the city. We serve different populations, and there's a little bit of a tweak. So just so you know that we didn't choose the same sub-vendors.
Thank you, Monica. If there are no questions from the council, if not, we can get a vote to approve and move forward.
Mayor, I would be glad to move that we accept the proposal from the TSW vendor for $105,500 for, $87,450 for this fiscal, or for the total cost spread over 2 fiscal year budgets. Does that cover it?
Yes, sir. And just to be clear, if any of those sub-vendors have contracts that exceed the amount, they will come separately. We'll bring those in for y'all's vote on them separately. Did you have something you wanted to add to that?
That's second.
Second?
Any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Those that not vote unanimously. Thank you.
And if I may, I'd just like to echo Mr. Clem's comment on the quality and the hard work and the dedication of our staff to make sure that we get it right. And I'm very excited that we're doing a joint comprehensive plan this year. I think it's going to really make the character of our county and city thrive even more. So thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bessie. New business, Green Space Conservation Commission, tree work donation. That you?
I actually forgot this was on the agenda. How about that? So the Green Space Conservation Commission has put together a schedule for Tree Week. And they have put together an opportunity for people to participate in that. See, I'm using my Miss Lambert language. An opportunity for people to participate that in order to offset that because they are not budgeted for more than a nominal amount in their current budget. They'd like the ability to fundraise for that, and John has encouraged us to make sure that if people will come in with a program and a stated purpose and then the limit of donations that they will be procuring, that we don't have to bring back each and every one. So I wanted to mention that their activities will be the week of Arbor Day, and their intention is to take in donations specifically for that event activity. They will not run through a third party. They'll come in directly to the city of Madison and be handed to Karen as they're received, if y'all so see fit.
And those dates are not till February, I think 18 through 21.
Yes, sir. Thank you for paying attention. Early announcement.
I don't want people climbing trees too early.
Okay.
It's going to be a fun event, spread out over 4 days. I know Green Space has a plan to do a mini film festival, if you will. A bunch of small documentaries on trees, and so keep that in mind. And I think there's a lot of opportunities to do some trail hikes, some look at snakes and all that fun stuff.
Keep us posted.
Yep, let us know.
So we get a motion to approve this Green Space Conservation Commission tree donation.
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Opposed, none, vote unanimously. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll relay that to Mr. Schmelzer. He'll be thrilled.
Public Arts Commission, that you as well?
Yes, sir, I'm going to take that because I am the one who had the most contact with Ms. Sessions. So Ms. Ann Sessions would like to make a $1,000 donation to our Arts Where You Live program, and that would be a naming opportunity in Town Park. There are probably around 15 to 20 unnamed things that are left over from our Town Park project, but I didn't want to make sure that that actually entered the record, that that's coming in from Ms. Sessions, but it'll go into the Arts Where You Live program, if that meets with your approval.
Get a motion to approve that, Public Arts Commission donation.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Mayor, that we approve it with a thank you added.
Second.
Are there any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Opposed, none, vote unanimously.
And just a side note for your information, when the public boards that, the people who serve and provide great service to the community, and Eric watches that work a good bit, I just wanted to say that when they take in funds like that, they have a designated secretary. And I give them thank you notes, and they'll bring them back, and I pay for the postage, but we let that be a labor by their board, and that way it is very personal and it comes from them. I do assist if necessary, if Karen needs support when we do the acknowledgement notes. Any of the donations that require plaques, like the one that Ms. Sessions, that money is actually, it covers that amount so that the taxpayer's not paying for someone's honorific that appears somewhere in our community. That's it.
Thank you so much, Monica, appreciate that. Are there any comments from the public tonight? If not, this part of the meeting is adjourned, and we will go into executive session to discuss personnel. We get a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, show of hands. Opposed, none. Vote unanimous.